little bit too quiet in here. Can we make some noise? All right. Hello, everybody. I would like to welcome you all to our commencement ceremony. My name is Alex Spacorny, and I'm the chair of the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry. And before we begin, it is important that we share some common rules of conduct so that everybody can enjoy today's program. Students have worked really hard to reach this special moment. Guests have traveled from near and far to help them celebrate, and we owe our graduates the best day possible. And so with this in mind, we ask that you please silence your cell phones, keep the aisles clean, and stay through the end of the event. And please refrain from actions that interfere with the event from proceeding and prevent the speakers from being heard. Thank you very much in advance for your respect and keeping this event focused on celebrating our amazing graduating students' accomplishments. So at this time, I would like to extend a special welcome to all the families and friends who are here today. Please know how much it means to the graduates for you to be here with us. All of your support to our students has been crucial in their educational journeys. I know our graduates appreciate you, and I would like to ask our students to stand up and applaud all of our family, friends, and supporters. As you know, we're one of the oldest state institutions deeply rooted in California's vibrant culture and proudly committed in serving our local community in Los Angeles and Southern California. Yet the very nature of our work calls for a global orientation. At UCLA, we recognize that many of the most pressing challenges that face our society, the challenges that many of you have tackled in our department over the past years, whether it's developing the next generation batteries, or combat climate change, or designing new drug molecules to address the global health crises, transcend the national borders and demand many different perspectives and international collaboration. And this is why we proudly welcome and will continue welcome the students from every corner in the world, building an all-inclusive, we will be building an all-inclusive and dynamic community that enriches our campus and drives meaningful discovery and education. And so today, we celebrate all of you, our California students who proudly call the Golden State home, our out-of-state students who have broadened our national perspective, and our international students whose experiences and ideas have made us truly global. Bruins, wherever your journey began, today we honor your extraordinary contributions to this worldwide UCLA chemistry and biochemistry family. So standing in front of you today in this capacity is particularly special for me, as I'm also a proud Bruin and a graduate of this department. Just like you, I was sitting here back in 2006, wondering what's next. Most importantly, among the graduates that year, sitting a few rows away, was a young and talented woman who later agreed to be my wife. And so graduates, the future is bright and full of surprises and opportunities, and it's especially important considering that you are a driven and amazing Bruin like yourself with a major such as chemistry and biochemistry. So today I would like to welcome our alumnus, Dr. Jeffrey Miller. Dr. Miller is the recipient of our Chemistry and Biochemistry Alumni Award, and he's going to be our commencement speaker. You will be hearing a lot more about Dr. Miller just in a few minutes. And also with us today is my distinguished colleague, Professor Miguel García-Garibay, who is the Senior Dean of the UCLA College and the Dean of the Division of Physical Sciences. There are three major parts to our event today. First, we will present the Alumni Award to Dr. Jeff Miller and hear his commencement address. Next, we will celebrate our graduate students, and these are the students receiving their Ph.D. and master's degrees. And finally, we will celebrate our undergraduate students earning their bachelor's degrees. Are we ready to get started? All right, let's try it again. Are we ready to get started? All right, so please join me in welcoming Dean García-Garibay to present the Chemistry and Biochemistry Alumni Award.
Thank you, Alex. What a beautiful afternoon, right? The weather is perfect, everybody's happy, it's just a very joyous occasion. Alex introduced me as the Dean of Physical Sciences, Senior Dean of the college, but my real important role at UCLA is, of course, being a member of the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry. So, I would like to start by thanking Professor Spokojny for hosting this wonderful event to recognize our graduating students. Now, the department started the Chemistry and Biochemistry Alumni Award back in 2012 to recognize the tremendous contributions that alumni have made to the science and society. With such a great history of distinguished alumni, there are many individuals who are deserving of this award, which makes the selection process all the more difficult. It is my great honor to present the 2025 Chemistry and Biochemistry Alumni Award to Dr. Jeffrey Miller. Dr. Miller is the founder and CEO of Invivoscribe, a global leader in molecular diagnostics and precision medicine. He has spent most of his career advancing diagnostics in the fields of oncology, specifically developing the standardized tests, bioinformatics, and technologies used to identify and track hematologic malignancies. Under his leadership, Invivoscribe has assisted in getting multiple targeted oncology drugs approved and continues to develop cutting-edge technologies that improve cancer treatment outcomes worldwide. He received his undergraduate degree in chemistry and biochemistry from UCLA and a combined Ph.D. in biochemistry and molecular biology from the University of California, Santa Barbara. A proud UCLA alumnus, Miller has dedicated his career to translating innovative research into clinically impactful solutions. Recognized as a key figure in biotechnology, he continues to drive advancements in precision diagnostics, shaping the future of healthcare. And now it is my pleasure to invite Dr. Miller up to the podium to accept this award and present the Commencement Award.
Good afternoon. So good afternoon, honored graduates, family and friends, and esteemed faculty of UCLA's Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry. It's an honor to return to campus to speak with you today. I won't presume to suggest I can provide any sage advice. Instead, I'll share some of my cherished memories from my time at UCLA, along with a few things I've learned that have helped me achieve a happy and prosperous life. While I'm sure all of you have many great memories of your time here, I may have even more, as it took me 11 years to get my undergraduate degree. Beat that. I would be shocked if anyone has broken my record. So if any of you aren't quite ready to leave yet, you're welcome to stay a while, maybe even another 7 years. An 11-year journey begs the question, why? It's simple. I wanted to learn from the best and compete against the best. I transferred into UCLA my sophomore year to swim for George Haynes, who had coached Olympian Mark Spitz. I went from being a big fish in a little pond to never winning another race. But I was surrounded by greatness, my fellow swimmers, great professors in classes, and John Wooden, who in what turned out to be his final year coaching UCLA basketball team, took him to yet another national championship. So transferring to UCLA was clearly one of the best decisions I ever made, and brings me to my first lesson. Surround yourself with people who are better skilled or smarter than you. It's the best way to learn and improve, and the best way to appreciate your limitations. Now, I've long admired Coach Wooden's insistence on mastering the fundamentals. That leads me directly to a reason for staying at UCLA. Why leave? I was learning while having fun. So a year or so after arriving at UCLA, I started working in the labs full-time as a paid research assistant. My first project was in protein biochemistry, but I noticed graduate students who specialized in one area often hit a wall when their projects required a different skill set. For example, if they were studying enzyme kinetics, they might need to clone, transfect, express their gene, and translate and isolate the protein to continue their studies. I saw projects stall as students had to stop and learn new techniques in molecular biology and cell culture. I realized I wanted to take time on the front end to learn an entire range of skills and establish a comprehensive repertoire. Also, molecular biology was in its infancy. Yes, I'm that old. The T cell receptor genes were identified while I was in the lab working with Mitch Cronenberg in the immunology department. And PCR had just been introduced again. That's how old I am. Changing labs every few years to master fundamentals was my focus, and all that extra time and training paid off. I have seen time and again that diverse education and skill set will provide you with a killer advantage. You'll be uniquely qualified to run and manage complex projects. You'll see abstract relationships between seemingly unrelated things and anticipate problems missed by others who settled for more siloed and limited training. It's also a great way to make yourself indispensable. Part of lesson 2. Your degree is a milestone you should celebrate, and we're celebrating together today. But it doesn't complete your education. Work hard to get comprehensive hands-on training. Take time to master the fundamentals, as Coach Wooden would suggest. Companies hire people who have practical experience. The very kind introduction mentioned that I'm a biotech entrepreneur, which is true. But my first profitable business was actually a sailing company. I learned to sail with 2 grad students, friends who were working here in Young Hall. I love free dive. We all love free diving and spearfishing. So early mornings we'd go down to Palos Verdes and dive off the beach for hunting white sea bass. But what we really wanted was to get out to Catalina and Santa Barbara Island. I spotted an opportunity. A local engineer had a busy year. He'd gotten married, bought a house, had a baby, but he had a problem. He was understandably under pressure from his new bride to sell the sailboat. So I worked out an amazing deal and was able to rent a 48-foot sailboat for 3 of 4 weekends a month during the warm summer months. And now with the boat secured, it was time to find customers. Another life lesson. This is going to shock you. Use opium to fund your projects. Opium being OPM, other people's money. So I put up flyers in the MBA, elevators, other places around South Campus, offering students and staff an opportunity to join our weekend-long sailing cruises at a fairly reasonable price. Trips filled up quickly, though somehow female students had better success than guys at booking spots. Since I was working full-time in the lab, we could provision the boat on Friday evenings and leave Marina del Rey around midnight, sailing all night with me at the helm, following the stars and compass, arriving at Santa Barbara Island, which is 40 miles out, 2:14 on the compass from Marina del Rey, at sunrise on Saturday mornings. We would spend the weekend hiking on the island, spearfishing for calico bass and yellowtail, diving for abalone and lobster, and harvesting mussels for our meals. These trips were great adventures and highly profitable. So, having spent the weekend with lots of repeat customers and new friends, I returned Monday morning in the lab, tired but rejuvenated, with more money in my pocket. By the way, I returned yesterday from a bareboat sailing trip to Croatia with my kids and their spouses. And earlier this year, I traveled through the Galapagos with friends I met on these UCLA sailing trips. Friends I've remained close with for over 40 years. A testament to how experience you learn here can be passed on to enhance the lives of your family, and how your relationships with good friends can last if you take time to nurture them. Another adventure, I know you're going to love this because I think you've heard it before, is what we might call the pig party. I was a surgical tech in Gerald Buckberg's cardiac lab here at UCLA Medical Center. My sailing friends and I heard that another lab was using pigs for their experiments. So one evening, we went down to where the pigs were left next to the incinerator for disposal. We kidnapped a pig, put it on a cart, wheeled it through the basement halls of the UCLA Medical Center over to Young Hall. We put it on an elevator and took it up to one of the cold rooms. There, we dressed it out using brown sugar to cure up the hams. There were just 2 problems. First, in order to do cardiac surgery on pigs, you've got to pump them full of pentobarbital, which partitions into the fat. Second, the curing process doesn't eliminate the anesthetic. You know where this is going. So after curing the pigs for a couple weeks, we brought the hams to my apartment and we had a hell of a party. Well, after eating drugged ham and having a few drinks, we ended up stoned, bumping and falling over furniture. But we survived and we had a great time. A third adventure that stands out is UCLA was beekeeping. To be clear, I never asked for permission, but I started and set up beehives on the roof of the botany building, and I stenciled entomology research on the boxes. And my phone number. It was really funny because I got calls from the HVAC people asking, if it was okay for them to work on the HVAC. It was a lot of fun managing the bees, harvesting, extracting, and filling bottles with honey, which were great gifts for friends and family. So what the real message here is to embrace a healthy and establish a healthy work-life balance. It's fun, healthy, if you avoid drugged ham. And you'll make some lifelong friends. That leads me to lesson 3. Your first jobs are unlikely to be what you end up choosing for your career. Keep learning while you figure things out. Don't be afraid to pivot to seize on new, exciting opportunities. Now, attention is often focused on entrepreneurs who drop out of college at 19 or 20 to start companies. But data actually show that profitable and successful companies are far more likely to be started by someone with decades of relevant experience. After getting my Ph.D. from UCSB, which took me another 5 years, I noticed the parents are starting to squirm in the audience. I did a postdoc, then accepted a scientist position at a large national diagnostics lab. At the time, each of their labs used a different test for the same biomarker. I was concerned that test results could vary depending on where the sample was sent. I lobbied management to allow me to develop one optimized test for all of our labs, but my idea was rejected by a group of executives who had no background in molecular medicine or diagnostics. So I quit my job and I started my company, Invivoscribe. Based on technology for intracellular cloning I had invented and patented, renting a space in the San Diego lab of Mitch Cronenberg, who I had worked for here in the department, a professor I worked for here at UCLA. The La Jolla Institute of Immunology down in UCLA charged me $1,000 a month for about a square meter of lab bench space, but I had run of the facility and all the core facilities. Having received an SBIR grant and successful at getting initial experiments to work, I still realized the technology was going to take years to develop and millions of dollars to become commercially viable. So I pivoted and I went to work on my vision of standardized testing. It took me only a few months to to develop some tests that identify clonal rearrangements of the antibody and T-cell receptor genes, technology that Tonegawa got the Nobel Prize for somatic gene rearrangements. These tests assist clinicians in identifying leukemias and lymphomas. That year, I presented a poster at a diagnostic conference, received an immediate order from the head of the lab at Duke University Medical School. From that point on, I was able to grow the company organically, having never looked for outside investment. So we literally started our company with $65,000. That was the total investment ever. So a gentleman, a hematopathologist from Australia named Alec Morley, patented a rapid testing approach for these cancer tests that was faster, more sensitive, required less DNA, and was easier to standardize. And Invivoscribe was the first to commercialize it worldwide. How did I beat the big established companies, including the one I had just left? The combination of situational awareness, which is really important, and being more persistent in tracking down Alec after his patents happened to be mentioned in passing on a diagnostics blog. I convinced him to fly to LA, and we licensed his patents. By the way, I flew down to Melbourne for his 80th birthday, and he's now 88, and I still remain in contact, and we're still working on ways and tests to monitor cancer. It's always best working with dear friends. Another example of Pasteur's adage that chance favors the prepared mind. Gary Klaus, one of my co-founders, met a wonderful woman here in LA, believe it or not, in the DMV line. So don't complain so much about the DMV. And they decided to get married at a temple in Japan, which is their home country. So Jim Isaacs, the other co-founder, and I traveled to Japan a few days early to meet several Japanese companies that had indicated they had patents to license. One biomarker stood out, and for a modest sum, we picked up the exclusive license on patents for FLT3, a biomarker that had just been identified for acute myeloid leukemia. I sent emails offering licenses to 4 large diagnostic companies in the US, including the one that I had left. None of them even responded. Luck was on our side. Almost overnight, FLT3 became the leading target for new AML drugs. Thus began our move into partnering with pharma and developing targeted therapies in the new field of companion diagnostics. So our company Invivoscribe is focused on precision diagnostics, precision medicine, a term in common use, but we're unique in making it happen. It requires building an international ecosystem that generates and uses only data from optimized tests developed in-house, along with bioinformatics software for interpretation and analysis. It requires both selling tests with software to cancer
testing centers, and setting up clinical labs in every major region of the world to provide testing services for pharmaceutical clinical trials. Pulling this off is both time and capital intensive, as you might imagine. Peter Thiel suggests this complex coordination is a business strategy that is underappreciated but incredibly valuable. The example he gives is Apple. No single capability of the iPhone is novel. Phone, music, email, messaging, pictures, internet, apps. But the integration is seamless. In doing so, it became a platform that's difficult to erode. And it's not an approach venture capital tends to support, as building this ecosystem requires decades and a sophisticated international cross-functional team. This requires a shared culture, not one based on the pursuit of money or a quick exit, rather one focused on optimizing patient care. Historically, some of the most important contributions in physiology and medicine have been made by physicists and mathematicians because they look at biology in a novel way. AI, statistics, and computer science will certainly contribute in ways we're just beginning to appreciate. That said, none of the AI companies have yet adopted insistence on using the standardized data necessary to optimize results from their algorithms. Programs like AlphaFold 3 works well because they're based on data and relationships from first principles, absent human bias and intervention. Years ago, IBM Watson suggested they could revolutionize data analysis around medicine, but they failed miserably. Heterogeneous data sets. DeepSeek recently may have demonstrated cost savings and value using lean data. Algorithms and large language models will evolve, but I remain convinced of the lesson, the old lesson that goes back many years, which is garbage in, garbage out. That's going to be here to stay. So, with 30 years of time and capital costs, can Invivoscribe point to any successes using our complex coordinated ecosystem? Well, currently there are 700 hospitals and cancer centers in over 160 countries using our tests and bioinformatics software products. And we have active clinical partnerships with approximately 75 pharmaceutical companies. We partnered with 3 pharmaceutical companies to develop companion diagnostic tests for their drugs, which resulted in 3 targeted drugs being approved worldwide to treat AML, which is the deadliest form of leukemia. Several of our ultra-sensitive biomarker tests have proven unique in their ability to determine upfront the success or failure of bone marrow transplants. Recently, papers in JAMA Oncology by Chris Horrigan from the ReMeasure study, and in the journal Blood by Mark Levis, who co-directs the hematologic malignancies and bone marrow transplant service at Johns Hopkins, demonstrate how our MRD, measurable residual disease tests, allow cancer treatment centers to predict and improve the effectiveness of their procedures that can cost literally hundreds of thousands of dollars per patient. Our MRD tests can also identify cancer recurrence months before standard clinical testing. A randomized clinical trial recently demonstrated the value of using a combination of our MRD test and a targeted oral drug to keep cancer in remission, similar to using viral load assays to monitor and treat HIV-positive patients. So, Invivoscribe has evolved as we've grown over these many years. Success is trial and error. As you embark on your chapter, you'll face setbacks. But when opportunity is apparent, don't be afraid to move quickly and decisively. Impatience is a core requirement for success in any field. Embrace problems that arise and learn from them. Success never teaches you as much as your setbacks and failures. So as Chief Scientific Officer and CEO, I think a lot about how to put these lessons into practice in Invivoscribe. And that leads me to some final lessons. A leader is only as good as his team or her team. Any entrepreneur suggests they're responsible for their company's success is somebody you want to avoid. My greatest joy and accomplishment other than my incredible kids, is interacting with the team we built at Invivoscribe over these 3 decades. They're my second family. My dad often said a leader or CEO is nothing more than the chief bottle washer. The guy or gal who steps up to take care of all the scut work and tedious jobs to support, guide, and build his or her team. To be a good team leader, make yourself indispensable at work and at home. Be asymmetric in generosity when taking care of your partner. Be a giver. Taking care of each other is critical for the stability of any long-term relationship. Select for the traits and work with the people who share your values. Work for only those people you admire. Be generous in how you care for your friends and colleagues. To close, I know many of you will achieve positions of leadership. Leadership is competency in a field coupled with the way you live your life, and perhaps most importantly, how you treat others. Karma is a real thing. Your UCLA degree is a great start. You've learned from the best and had fun adventures during your years here, even if it hasn't been 11 years. You can always extend. You've grown, perhaps changing majors or changing the focus of what you want to do. You've started to identify and build a team of friends sitting with you today. So keep at it. Keep perfecting and expanding on what you've learned here. The world outside UCLA may be more complex, but at UCLA, you've already learned many of the tools you'll need to succeed. Be a benevolent pirate. If you want to secure your legacy, find a problem that annoys you and work on solving it. With that, let me offer my hearty congratulations. I look forward to seeing what you accomplish next, and thank you for your attention.
Well, that was an amazing speech. Jeff, congratulations again. We're very lucky to have you as one of our most distinguished graduates of the department. And it's always amazing to see some of our life journeys of our amazing graduates of this department, such as Jeff Miller. So the next item on our agenda is to honor the graduate students. And I would like to pass the podium to my colleague, Professor Ellen Slutton, who is the incoming Vice Chair of Graduate Education.
Thank you, Alex. So who's ready for some PhD graduates? Woo! All right, I would like to begin by recognizing all of our PhD students who have received dissertation awards. These awards are made possible by generous donations from alumni and friends of our department. So as you can see in the program, there are many, many, many awardees. And if you are a recipient of a graduate dissertation award winner, could you please stand up to be recognized? Congratulations. Okay, we will now conduct the hooding ceremony for those earning a PhD degree. We will recognize 37 students today. You may wonder what it's like to earn a PhD from our department. It turns out that it is certainly not easy. It involves problem solving at the highest level, creativity, innovation, many long hours, failure, success, more failure, then more success, lots of perseverance, and ultimately this leads to discoveries. And to all the PhD graduates, please don't lose sight of the fact that you have discovered something over these past 5 years that no one else in the world has discovered. The education our PhD students receive through this process and our program will impact them for the rest of their lives and carry them on to bigger and better things. So now what we will do is to call on faculty mentors and individual candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy to come individually to the stage to be hooded. A few mentors are unfortunately not able to be here today, so another faculty member will perform the hooding in those cases. So PhD graduates, we know you're very, very smart and very accomplished, but let's see how smoothly we can navigate a hooding ceremony. This is the plan. So we will be calling up 2 graduates at a time. When your name is announced, please come to the stage carrying your hood. There are 2 X's on the stage. The first student I call will come to the X close to me. The second student will go to the X on the other side of the stage. At the X, you will be joined by your advisor. And then when your name is called by Chester, you will step down a step, and your advisor will put the hood on you. You will then pause for a photo. And at that point, you can then return to your seat. Got it? Okay. For those following along, we're going to go roughly in order of the program, although there may be a few exceptions. To family and friends, I want to remind you of appropriate behavior, which Alex already reminded you of. This is UCLA Chemistry and Biochemistry. Our department is responsible for about half of the Nobel Prizes on this entire campus. So we clearly take ourselves very seriously. So we expect the highest standards of behavior, which means clapping is allowed, but screaming and cheering today are even better. So let's have some fun and congratulate our graduates. So, Chester, go ahead and get started. Chester, we're good to go now.
Thanks, Professor Slutton. The first 2 PhD graduates are Julia Chang, advisor Yves Rubin, and Roberto Chavez, advisor Miguel Garcia-Garibay. The next students are Kelsey Joy Foistel, advisor Catherine Clark, and Andrew Kang Goring, advisors Robert Clubb and Joseph Liu. Next, we have Michael Gael, advisor Catherine Clark, and Spencer George Hamilton, advisors Sarah Tolbert and Richard Keener. Spencer will be hooded by Professor Tolbert. Next is Caitlin Hartung, Advisor Ellen Sutton, and Ash Waugh, Advisor Justin Karam.
Good job, Spencer.
The next students are Susan Chu, Advisor Sarah Tolbert, and Robert Harris Lavrov, Advisor Anastasia Alexandrova. Next, we have Christopher Ty Karaba, Advisor Sarah Tolbert, and Jesse Lee, Advisor Joseph Liu. Next is Alex Leon Ruiz, Advisor Benjamin Schwartz, and Barry Lai, Advisor Justin Karam and Daniel Newhauser. Barry will be headed by Professor Karam. Next, we have Shi-Yun Lin, Advisor Paula Diakonescu, and Richard Liu, Advisor Justin Karam. Next students are Luca McDermott Katina, Advisor Neil Gard, and Noelle Marie Mitchell, Advisor Ann Andrews. Next up is Jessica Alejandra Nelson, Advisor Alexander Spokojny, and Eric Pang, Advisor Stephen Clark and Jose Rodriguez. Eric will be hooded by Professor Clark. Next up is only one in this pair. It's Herting Hu, Advisor Sean Pan, Duan, and Yu Huang. Herting will be hooded by Professor Yu Huang. The next students are Hutan Roshendel, Advisor Paula Diaconescu, and Gabriela Sanchez, Advisor Roy Woolman. Next, we have Holly Sanabandith, Advisor Samavaya Srivastava, and Alexander Spokweni. Holly will be hooded by Professor Srivastava. And Florine Shrikwana, Advisor Carrie Ann Backus. Next, we have Alexander Simifranca, Advisor Sarah Tolbert, and Alan Turner Tekiyasu, Advisor Robert Clubb. The next students are Arismel Tina Meza, Advisor Neil Gard, and Nico Vlahakis, Advisor Jose Rodriguez. Next up is Gilbert Lee Walker, Advisor Patrick Haran. Gilbert will be hooded by Professor Spokweni, and Shining Cindy Wang, Advisor Stephen Clark and Catherine Clark. Next up is Sibu Wang, Advisor Sean Van Duan, and Yu Wang, and Jillian Williams, Advisor Justin Karan. Next up is Quintanisha Donita Wilson, Advisor Ellen Sutton, and Dominic Christopher Witkowski, Advisor Neil Gard. And finally, we have Yin Pak Wong, Advisor Paula Diaconescu.
Congratulations to all of our new distinguished doctors of philosophy. Next, we would like to recognize the Master of Applied Chemical Sciences, better known as MAX, graduates who have received the Excellence in Research Award and the Outstanding Capstone Research Award. If you are a MAX student who's earned one of these awards, please stand up to be recognized. MAX is a professional degree program that balances a strong academic grounding, hands-on advanced laboratory experience, and independent research to prepare students for jobs in various applied chemistry fields. These students are part of the second graduating class of our MAX program, and 23 students are graduating this year. We will now conduct the hooding ceremony for those earning the degree of Master of Applied Chemical Sciences, recognizing 21 students here today. Chester, please call up our MAX students.
Thanks, Professor Slutton. Let's begin with Manal Ati, Advisor Dore DeWisi. Manal will be hooded by Professor Paula Diaconescu. Let's now bring up Rianne Catino, Advisor Alexander Spiconi, and Huyen Du, Advisor Richard Kainer. Next up is Rami Halibi, Advisor Sumitra Athabel. Rami will be hooded by Dr. T. Johnson. And Melody Pei Pei Wong, Advisor Gabriel Travis. And now let's bring up Jehan Zhang, Advisor Matthew Nava, and Rithi Kale, Advisor Samanthaya Srivastava. The next students are Aaron Lee, Advisor Stuart Conway, and Min Q Lee, Advisor Richard Kainer. Min will be hooded by Professor Diaconescu. Next up is Shin Lai, Advisor Alexander Spokane, and Saki Mina Mino, Advisor Aaron Meyer. Saki will be hooded by Dr. Johnson. Next, we have Heyman Joanne O, Advisor Richard Kaner, and Beatrice Pauley, Advisor Carrie Ann Backus. Beatrice will be hooded by Dr. Johnson. Next is G. Guan, Advisor Joseph Liu, and Timothy Vu, Advisor Reagan Patterson. The next students are Jerry Wu, Advisor Joseph Liu, and Mushin Xiong, Advisor Qiang Liu. Mushin will be hooded by Professor Matt Nava. Next is Hong Yi Yu, Advisor Patrick Haran. Hong Yi will be hooded by Dr. Johnson. And Catherine Xiaoxiang Zhang, Advisor George Torres. Xiaoxiang will be hooded by Professor Diakonescu. And finally, we have Char Ji Zhao, Advisor Paula Diakonescu.
Congratulations to all of our Max graduates. Now we will conduct the hooding ceremony for those earning a master's degree from the Departmental Scholars program. This year we have 6 Departmental Scholars who will receive a Master's of Science degree. Departmental Scholars participate in a program that allows them to receive both a Bachelor of Science and a Master of Science degree concurrently. Chester, please proceed with our Departmental Scholars.
The first 2 students are Shiza Ahmad, Advisor Jeffrey Zink. Shiza will be hooded by Professor Alex Spokane. And Leah Aranda Coffey, Advisor Justin Perron. Next is Isabel Kayumjian, advisors Tara Deslan and Danielle Schmidt, and Jenny Kayumjian, advisors Tara Deslan and Daniel Schmidt. Isabel and Jenny will both be hooded by Professor Tesla. And finally, we have Chang Lu, advisor Kendall Hawk, and Shota Nazaki, advisor Justin Karam.
All right. Congratulations again to all our departmental scholars. So at this time, I would like to tell you about our final graduate student that we'll be hooting and honoring today. His name is Dr. Thomas Scott Griffin, who earned his Ph.D. in natural products chemistry from UCLA in 1970. His dissertation title, Studies of the Acid-Cower Reactions and Structures of Sesquiterpene Lactones, and it was completed under the guidance of Professor Theodore Geisman. And unfortunately, Dr. Griffin was unable to participate in the graduation ceremony back in 1970, as he was promptly called to active duty during the Vietnam War. He served 3 years in the US Army, where he was stationed at the Army Institute of Research at Walter Reed Medical Center in Washington, D.C. His work there focused on the synthesis of anti-malarial compounds and research in heterocyclic, organosulfur, and selenium chemistry. And for his service there and the scientific contributions, he was awarded the U.S. Army Commendation Medal. Following his honorable discharge, Dr. Griffin joined U.S. Borax in Anaheim, California, as a research chemist. Over his 35-year career, he held various research and executive positions, and notably he served as managing director of the company's laboratory in Chessington, England, and later as vice president of its 2 California operations. His illustrious career included 14 scientific publications, co-inventorship on 2 US patents, and a sustained commitment to advancing chemical research. Dr. Griffin remains an active member of the American Chemical Society, and he's a fellow of the Royal Society of Chemistry. He's a loyal and generous alumnus. He continues to support UCLA in chemistry and biochemistry department, and he's reflecting on his enduring pride in the academic roots. And above all, Dr. Griffin is especially proud that his grandson is graduating this weekend from UCLA and will be pursuing his master's degree in physics this fall, continuing a cherished family tradition of academic excellence and the Bruin pride. And so at this time, I would like to call out Dr. Griffin, accompanied by his grandson, to be hooted at this stage. Dr. Griffin, thank you for your service. So this concludes the portion of the program for our graduate degrees. So please join me again in the final round of applause for all of our graduate students. And so now we move into the final part of our program. We will be celebrating our undergraduate students. First of all, I would like to recognize all of our undergraduate commencement awardees. And just like with the Graduate Student Awards, these awards are made possible by the generous donations from our alumni and friends. If you're an undergraduate commencement award winner, please stand up right now to be recognized. Okay, thank you. Please be seated. We have now, at last, come to the moment where we will be presenting our bachelor's degree candidates. Remarkably, there are 295 students graduating from the class of 2025 from our department. It's a little bit too quiet in here. Are we ready to celebrate our undergraduate degree recipients? Here's what we're going to do. We will call the names of our Bachelors of Science candidates, and the students will walk across the stage. Professor Hang Pham and Danielle Schmidt will award them their certificates. And again, I would like to remind our honorable guests of our behavioral expectations. Clapping is okay, but this is UCLA, and we're looking forward to some really wild cheering here, including the folks on top of the bolter there. All right, I will pass this now to Chester and Nora to present our bachelor candidates. Chester and Nora, you guys ready?
We are ready.
All right.
Chen Xia.
Alexis Reginales Rambillo.
Katie Kim.
Lily Nen.
Yifei Wang.
Kevin Clark.
Emil Ray Dominguez III.
Bridget Ming.
Haley Jane Gower.
Caroline Cleary.
Joelle DeRouge.
Samuel Liu.
Zoe Heidersbach.
Mandy Mong.
Ariel Chang.
Anne Nguyen.
Helen Elmer.
Andrew Yim.
Lizando Chan Kamal.
Madison Bang.
Sharon Lee Chu.
Cassandra Javier.
Nubia Ambrosi.
Aditya Desai.
Camille Elizabeth Cutter.
Basil Lewan.
Frederick Alexander Mekis.
Healy Wei Liu.
Quetzali Garcia.
Christina Nguyen.
Suhong Zhang.
Charlotte Rose Quintalon McDonough.
Aileen Priscilla.
Peter Thomas Fernandez.
Kiana Redfern.
Emily Quill.
Jie Jian.
Beza Guimayan.
Alex Van.
Sarah Jones.
Hiran Jayasekara.
Avani Pereira.
Cheryl Leon.
Ella Gazinori.
Alexandra Yakimova.
Giselle Brown.
Vanessa Gonzalez Caloca.
Maxim Paul Potacek.
Let's go back!
Yuki Duong.
Isabel Delgadillo.
Blake Schultz.
Dylan Elkinrod.
Elise Orkmez.
Julia Vasquez.
Rachel Orkin.
Olivia Gurney.
Nandini Borker.
Raj Shedd.
Maribel Interior Gonzalvo.
Jared Bajardo.
Andrea Sarabia.
Ju Yoon Davidson.
Megan Wynn.
Carmela Casabella.
Tyler Flores.
Malia G. Thompson.
Dorsa Bezzotti.
Ainsley Jackman.
Connie Karanovic.
Varun Chapekar.
Karina Aratunian.
Anthony Imani.
Let's go, Anthony! I love you!
Noah Zarian Samadi.
Samit Ghosh.
Ismael Rojas Alvarado.
Ryan Bladen.
Randy Van.
Samir Panwar.
Serena Mack.
Raj Bhatt.
Asha Krishnan.
Daniel Pillay.
Susie Erica Matinyan.
Sasha Jean-Charles Gerard Martini.
Christine Chong.
Emily Chandler.
Rachel Lee.
Sergio Correa.
Sydney Lee.
Sara Gracia.
Emily Castro.
Hannah Liu.
Miriam Salami.
Melanie Anush Polat.
Andrew Kim.
Kobe Escobar.
Shimon Alex Divanya.
Dominic Wiedemeyer.
Gregory Kislik.
Bryce Wiedemeyer.
Evan Forsman.
Andrew Jakobsen. Dion Amini.
Cole Slade.
Tyler Person.
Melissa Romero.
Rafael Joseph Aranzavalos.
Hyun Tammy Wynn.
Naomi Kobayashi.
Truth Mayan Lee.
Hazel Tran.
Mia Wang.
Ethan Canlis Simeon.
Allison Ho.
Marvin Gabriel Reyes Gonzalez.
Yoon Mimi Ken.
Matthew Nia.
Emma Bartlett.
Jeanine Lee.
Linnea Jackson.
Howard Jung.
Pia May Pangan.
Paulo Yuria Perez.
Samuel Heriberto Torres.
Noah Trask.
Talia Nguyen.
Sushi Michelle Chen.
Chris Goodmanson.
Tanya Peimani.
Khaled Kala.
Miguel Medina Lopez.
Melanie Fong.
Urna Jabor.
Alonso Valenzuela.
Manya Bahaj.
Eric Ramos.
Jessica Gonzalez.
Shada Shayagani.
Morgan Woodford.
Michelle I.
Alia Gozosa Sabater.
Isabel Ramirez Rivas.
Oiku Ozusel.
Helen Mendez.
Sarah Elizabeth Quayle.
Ingrid Botruba.
Bishop Martinez.
Eduarda Martins Dinez.
Precious Calderon.
Samantha Kim.
Mariana Alcantar.
Alyssa Kim.
Brianna Chavez.
Charmaine Ho.
Denise Marcela Chavez.
Vashagari Sundar.
Brandon Ben.
Emily Lizarraga.
Jason Holt.
Elizabeth Arujaba.
Angel Armendari.
Salil Shah.
Frank Yung.
Soha Sultan.
Cindy Ta. Andrew Yung.
Yara Fahmy.
Maximilian Floridia.
Alicia Hassan.
Celeste Ione Medina Seymour.
Nelia Mushiabad.
Chen Tao Zhang.
Shin Young Kim.
Vivian Swab.
Leonardo Chang.
Hayden Jackson.
Daniel Thomas. Daniel Torres Morales.
Emma Christine Knoll.
Annabelle Liu.
Darlene Baohan Liu.
Arctavia Lee.
Ruben Nicholas Santa Vargas.
Gracie Offset.
Sydney Tanimitsu.
Dylan Kim.
Vanessa Waratmo.
Joshua Bear.
Bryson Douglas Harris.
Brianna Alvarez.
Nara No.
Josue Frias Alresen.
Gerardo Plasencia.
Christian Rodriguez.
Viet Day Tran.
Tanya Guadalupe Ramirez.
Samori Dobson.
Emily Griffin.
Vivian Nguyen.
Macy Babcock.
Wendy Lizeth Castellanos Ortega.
Piper Shaliga.
Derek Ordonez.
Aldo Medina.
Beam Yi Lee.
Ranim Aljanadi.
Lee Benir.
Caitlin Hang.
Josie Hernandez Rivas.
Ashley Anna Raquel Wilson.
Nikini Karuna Tilaka.
Anushka Wagle.
Faye Deal.
Sangeeta Leilani Kalkar.
Isabella Rubino.
Celeste Sassoni Elcourt.
Matthew Joyce.
Malachi Warnecki.
Omar Masri.
Blake Zulanes.
Young Bai Xiao.
Let's go, Blake!
Annalisa Sardenberg.
Nathan James Palmer.
Linnea Shu.
Andy Chen.
Mary Alvarado.
Kyle Nagasawa.
Spencer Kodama.
Ashley Michel.
Diego Horace Perez.
Jacob Fisher.
Ariana Hernandez Colette.
Megan Chen.
June Ho Lee.
Ray Spinder.
Melody Nicoy.
Jenna Zwigo.
Jessica Harden.
Jesse!
Tim T.G. Duan. Keen Tran. Lucas Koch. Jackson Foster. Coco Lee. Jacqueline Yang. Sophie Han. Kayla Cooper. Soma Khalil. And last but not least, Adriana Soto.
Congratulations to the UCLA Chemistry and Biochemistry graduating class of 2025. Okay. Before we end, I would like to acknowledge and thank the people who have made this important ceremony possible. Let's give a round of applause to our faculty who are here today. We had enormous contributions from our Max, undergraduate, and graduate office staff, which include T. Johnson, Kelsey Valerio, Mimi Baik, Mark Banderas, Anna Guido, Jackie Herrera, Glenda Lopez, and Mike Kang, who planned and orchestrated all of the undergraduate and graduate portions of the ceremony. Our Max, undergraduate, and graduate office staff have put their heart and soul into advising and supporting our students throughout their years at UCLA. And I'm sure that you will agree that they have done an outstanding job. And also a special shout out goes to Denise Montonia, who is somewhere around here. Denise was an undergraduate SAO when I was an undergraduate in this department. And almost every year, Denise comes back to us to help us with the ceremony. Let's give Denise a great round of applause. I would also like to thank our other staff members, including Laura Urquidez, Penny Jennings, Isaiah Gutierrez, Rebecca Letts, Brandon Lindo, Isabella Luo, Christina Ungerman, and Jin Lee. These are the folks who really made this day possible. As we close today, I would like to remind everybody that tomorrow is the Father's Day, and so I wish all the dads out there a happy Father's Day. And lastly, I again congratulate all of our graduates on joining the distinguished family of alumni. We hope that you continue considering UCLA in our department as your home away from home. We will be proud to count you as a UCLA chemistry and biochemistry Bruin for life. And now the moment you've been all waiting for, undergraduate students, to signify your transition from students to degree-holding graduates, You can please move now your tassel from your right side to your left side. Congratulations to all the newest Bruin alumni. Thank you.